Hey guys, Glad Lament here, and we are back with another Final Fantasy VII video. I had to start a new game and get back to where we left off because I made a video and the audio didn't go through and I had saved it past that point, so I wanted you guys to be caught up on everything that that was going on. So I had to make a new one. But that's alright, because I love this game and I will play it a million more times. So just to recap, we blew up the first Mako reactor. We came and planted the second bomb on the second Mako reactor and beat the Airbuster. So yeah, let's get to it. Oh, and sorry if my internet is a little laggy today. It gets laggy at night for some reason. Not real sure why, but that's a little above my head. So, all right, let's do this. I mean, honestly, what is Barrett gonna do? He is super far away, and Barrett has one arm, so. Oh, that'd be tough. That's quite a fall. Nobody's surviving that fall. I'm sorry. Nobody's surviving that. I think I know what time they're talking about in there, but I don't know. I don't actually know who's talking to Cloud at this point. It's in his head. It moved! See, Cloud didn't even know who it was. So this is Aerith. We met her in the first one. The first video. She is the young lady right at the beginning, staring at the Mako coming out of some pipe, and then she tries to sell us a flower after we blow up the Mako reactor. Aerith is a great character. She is one of the best healers in any Final Fantasy I've ever played. All of her limit breaks have something to do with either healing or buffing your characters. She even has a limit break that uses her limit break to give the other two party members their limit breaks, which is dope. Yeah, I remember. You're in the slum drunk. So I did have someone ask me about the limit breaks at one point, and it was many years ago. But I felt like it was important to explain it. So your limit breaks are big special moves that you can use after you've been beat up a little bit. Imagine it's like your temper, and the more you get hit, the closer you are to your limit, and then you get real mad and you use big move. So that's what a limit break is. And here shortly, when I can show you, I will show you how you gain limit breaks and get new ones and such. Yeah, see? Lag. Terrible. Okay. So you go here to your menu and go down to limit, and you see that Cloud has 4 levels of limits. Right now I have Braver and Cross Slash for level 1. That's because I used the cheats to get caught back up real fast. Barrett and Tifa have both of their limit breaks, level 1 limit breaks too. So most characters have 2 limit breaks per level. As you can see, Cloud has Braver and Cross Slash. Every character starts out with their first limit break. And in order to gain their second limit break, you have to use the first limit break 7 times. 7 being the lucky number here. And then, in order to gain your level 2 limit break, you have to kill a certain number of monsters or enemies. So it is entirely possible for you to gain your first limit break of level 2 and level 3 before actually getting your second limit break of level 2 or level 3. So if you go through the game and never use your limit breaks, but you just kill a bunch of stuff, you'll get your first level 2 limit break and your first level 3 limit break before you get your second one. Yeah, now there are a couple of exceptions to this. Kate Sith only has, whom is another character that we'll meet much later. Kate Sith only has 2 limit breaks. We won't be experiencing Kate Sith too much. I hate him. And let's see, Vincent, whom we very much love, has 4 limit breaks. And all 4 of his, I believe, you have to use the 7 times in order to get the other ones. I don't think it's a kill count. What else? The level 4 limit break. Now, the level 4 limit break you cannot unlock by conventional methods. You cannot unlock it by killing enemies or by using other limit breaks. Every character has a specific item that you will find later on in the game that will unlock that limit break. However, you have to have all of your level 1, 2, and 3 limit breaks in order for it to work. Then you have this set and check up here. Check just shows you what the limit breaks do. Set will allow you to go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4. Now, if you get like Cloud here, for example, if I unlock his next one, which is Blade Beam, and I set his limit break at Blade Beam, 2 things will happen. Or 3 things will happen. 1, you will no longer be able to use Braver or Cross Slash. You'd have to go back in and set it again in order to do that. 2, it will reset your limit break level. So you see that limit level 1 and it's flashing right there. That's because he has his limit break ready to go. If I were to switch to level 2, that would empty out. And 3, it will take longer per level to gain that limit break back. So the higher level limit breaks are much more powerful, but it takes a lot more damage and time in order to use them. So that's a quick breakdown of the limit breaks. Let's get back to it. Your name is Areith. Areith. It's officially Areith now with the Final Fantasy remake, Final Fantasy VII remake being complete. It is officially Areith now, no longer Ares. It's actually Areith in the code, I believe. I could be backwards on this, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, it could be Areith in the code, but when it goes up to that screen, it automatically switches it over to Areith. I could be backwards on that, though. I get confused easily. This is a fun little segment coming up. So Reno, this guy with the red hair, he's a very fun character. He is with the Turks, whom are kind of the Shinra company's black ops. He has a partner named Rude, who I could also go as for Halloween very easily. Messed up the flowers, Reno. Alright. Before we get too far, let's check materia. Let's give her fire materia. No, we're gonna give her the ice materia. You're gonna get all and restore, and then nope. We are going to put on. Give her the Titan Bangle, because she deserves more than one materia. I mean, come on. Alright, so this is a really fun segment coming up here. So what I think is fun is he just said that he was going to go down there and hold them off. And then she slid. And he, for some reason, doesn't go down there to help her. But we do get to do this. This is pretty fun. So you can either tell her to fight them, and then she thinks that's rude, but, you know, it is. Or you can come up here and get into a fight. Go ahead and get rid of this, because I feel like I'm cheating if I have a limit break that I gained through the cheats. I'm a big fan of swords and stuff. I've got a large collection myself, and I've always wanted the Buster Sword. Since the second I laid eyes on it, I wanted that sword. Alright, so we can let her fight, or we can push over some barrels. Nailed it. Which I think is hilarious. And then that'll help her get her way. Okay. Yeah, come on. Hold on a minute. I believe it's this one. Nailed it. It's actually better for her if she does the fighting, because then she gets extra experience. But I really like to crush people with barrels. I know how Donkey Kong feels now. Alright, get up here. Alright, let's go. Before the internet lags more. Yeah, Shinra's after her. She is a very special lady. A VIP, even. Big shout out to my brother James. It was his birthday the other day. I tried to make a video that night and it didn't work out, and then I tried to make a video the next day and there was no sound. So I'm making up for it. Happy birthday, bud. Hope you had a great one. Drop a like on the video. Ho, 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 ho. That's how Cloud laughs. Nothing. There's something to that. We'll come across it in just a minute. So as a kid, for some reason, I always thought that guy was Reno. And I remember being in this area and freaking out thinking he was going to come back. And actually, first time I played through this, even though this is one of the most linear games I've ever played in my life, that wasn't a side scroller. I ended up coming back here on accident, and that guy was walking down the road again, and I was like, no, thinking he was gonna get me, and then, ooh, that would have been bad. And he didn't get me, so that was awesome. So if I don't think I told you yet. I found a way to play this on my actual profile. So this is the game. This is right here is the save that I got the platinum trophy on. Because I'm not very good technology-wise. Otherwise, I would have just kept playing on the new profile that I built that looks exactly like this profile. Except this profile has trophies. So, yeah, like I said, Areith has mostly healing limit breaks, which is super cool. But we don't need healed yet, so I'm not going to use it. We don't want to use fire on these guys. These guys need some ice. There we go. Poor little Areith, level 5. Alright, so there's some... This is an interesting little place. There's a couple of things to do here. There's a guy in here that is of little consequence, really, to the story, but there's a little bit of flavor in there. And then there's this kid up here. Right in here. And if you talk to him while he's sleeping, and yes, he sleeps with his eyes open, glug glug, no one will find it. Top drawer and the bottom one. And then you come over here to his little dresser, which is clearly not a dresser, but a crate. Open the top drawer, open the bottom drawer, or open the hidden drawer between them. So if you open that up, there's 5 gil in there. We don't need 5 gil. You can take the 5 gil. Don't take the 5 gil. Leave the 5 gil. And there's a reason for that. And we will come across that maybe in our next video. Alright, and here's like a weapon shop, and there's like a materia shop over here, and just some other stuff. Nothing real exciting. But over here, This is Aerith's house. Over here, there is an ether and the cover materia. And for me personally, like I said, I like to make Cloud a gentleman. So Cloud's getting the cover materia. And what that does is a 10%, it gives Cloud a 10% chance to run over and take the hit from one of his teammates. For one of his teammates. If now, as you level up, you want to keep your materia on you because they level up with you and they get better and stronger. And as the cover material levels up, it raises the chance of him running over and taking the hit, and it gets up pretty darn high, to the point where it's almost always that he goes and takes the hit. I just told her that Tifa was my girlfriend. Cloud's not very smooth, though. I remember getting this book as a kid. It was a cheat. I think it was called the Cheat Code Bible, and there were codes for this in it. None of them worked. But in Aerith's house was supposed to be a clock, like a grandfather clock, and if you broke into the grandfather clock, you were supposed to be able to get the credit card, which would give you unlimited money. And I tried and tried and tried to find this stinking clock. And yeah, it's not there. It's not there, folks. Looking at it on the PS4, everything in the house is much more clear. There's clearly not a grandfather clock. I guess this over here could be. But as you can see, no credit card. On the PS1, all of this was much harder to distinguish. But yeah, I tried for a long time, and it kind of became this one, that one, and another little cheat that was not accurate or true at all. Actually, kind of became like legend. You know, like people actually talked about it. I remember kids at recess telling me about these cheat codes and how it worked for them and how they did it and stuff. And no, you didn't. No, you didn't. It didn't happen. It's not a real thing. Here he is talking to somebody in his head again. Flashbacks. That's Cloud's mom. Jeez, Mom. Leave me alone. Cloud's classic line. Not interested. Alright, so this part's a little tricky. You gotta make sure you walk. If you use the analog stick and run at this point, that'll happen. The floor squeaks and Aerith will catch you and tell you to go back to sleep, and you gotta try again. Because for some reason she won't go to sleep also, which is confusing. But don't walk close to the door, and don't run, because it'll make squeaks. Now let's get out of here. And somehow it's still the same time of day. I guess it could. It might not be. We're in the slums, which is, hey Aerith, how you doing? Which is like underneath the upper city, so maybe they're just big old lights up there or something. guys really like this next area. I normally start limit grinding here. I said before in the video, this is where the hell houses are. Yeah, hell houses. But I do not level grind with the hell houses. That would be silly because there's only one of them. But there are other fights here that have multiple enemies, and that's where using multiple enemies per fight is best for building limits and getting limits, obviously, because you can do more at once. And the trick I usually use for this, for limit building, is I'll give like fire or lightning and an all materia. And the all materia allows whatever you're connecting it to hit everything. So if you have it on lightning, you're going to cast lightning and everything. If you have it out at restore, you're going to restore your whole party. I'll fight these guys. Them's is the ones. Ah, cover materia. See that? It's good stuff. Man, they really put it to Cloud. Goodness gracious. I think it's time for some healing wind. Oh yeah. I dig it. And Cloud has his limit break again. And Areith, you can just keep launching magic with Areith. She's much stronger magically than she is physically. So look at Cloud over there being a gentleman. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry the stream is running so long, guys. We're going to call it a day right here. This is the Sector 6 playground. You don't want to... Taking her home is ridiculous because she just walked you through this in order to keep you safe. So taking her back through it and then coming back would be silly. Even though you're a gentleman. Yeah, let's take a break. And at that, I thank you everybody for watching. Sorry it ran so long. I love this. I'm having so much fun. Big thanks to my wife. She's the biggest supporter I've ever had over anything. Yeah, without her, none of this is possible. I really appreciate it. Love you, bud. So yeah, thanks so much. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. I'd love it if you subscribe. And have a great night. Take care, everybody.